all the time. I didn't see nothing like that in him.
Yeah, and of course, when Shane Carwin was announced as your opponent, Shane himself is a guy who has only been out of the first round one time, and that was in his loss to Brock Lesnar, and it really looked like he had a difficult fight conditioning wise, after that first round. You yourself are accustomed to winning your fights via either first round TKO or earlier in the fight. Roy Nelson's the only guy you've gone the distance with. Is there a thought that maybe if you have to go out of that first round with Shane, that because of his susceptibility to submission after a first round, we might see more of that Junior Dos Santos jiu-jitsu game than we've maybe had a chance to see up to this point?
Yeah, I think Shane Carwin is, like I said, very tough. But the first time he went for the second round, he lost the fight. So I will use that in my strategy for sure. And I'm very prepared for this fight, so I'm ready to fight stand up with him or on the ground. Doesn't matter where. I'm ready, and I really believe I will win this fight. So I will give 100% of me inside the cage, and that's it. I just want to win.
Junior Dos Santos is my guest. He, of course, is the main event at UFC 131 this Saturday night against Shane Carwin. Junior, you are one of the most accomplished boxers in the UFC, and I think that that is a discipline in the MMA game that a lot of people across the board could probably stand to improve on. I think that sometimes we see some sloppy boxing in mixed martial arts, and you are a real precision boxer. Probably most recently, wrestling has really become in vogue in the UFC, and a lot of the wrestlers, the American wrestlers, have come to dominate the game. But I see a day in the future, Junior, where really accomplished boxers, guys who have solid jabs, guys who have great footwork, that they could really come into their own in the UFC. Do you see maybe a day in the future that boxing becomes even more of an important aspect of the MMA game than it is right now?
Yeah, I can see that. So because the MMA is wonderful. It's a wonderful sport because things like that happen. Sometimes the jiu-jitsu is on the top, and then wrestling on the top. The guys using to use more wrestling skills. And now for me now, I think the stand-up game is in the front. Is all the guys who are good stand-up fighters they are get good results from his fight. So I think the things are changed, and the boxing guys are coming.
And to that end, Junior, Brazilians, of course, known for their jiu-jitsu, but the infamous Black House camp that you train with, not only yourself, but your mentor, Minotauro Nogueira, and Anderson the Spider Silva, all of you very accomplished boxers. Is there something about the Black House approach to boxing and the stand-up game that really sets itself apart from a traditional Brazilian approach to MMA?
Grupo do Black House, tudo tem boxing forte. Você acha que isso faz efeito no teu jogo?
Yeah, I think all the guys, like my mentor, you said, Rodrigo Nogueira and Anderson, and all the guys from Black House, they got good stand-up skills, But I train a lot boxing with my coach Doria in Bahia, the city where I live. And I think that's why I learn more. I learn more boxing than the other things like jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I train in boxing every day. That's why I think I'm a pretty good boxer in the MMA.
Junior, last question for you. You know, between you and Shane Carwin, only one of you has been to a decision, and that would be you in your fight against Roy Nelson. Was there something about Roy Nelson that made him harder to of course, you dominated that fight. You won every round. But was there something about him that made him harder to finish than your other opponents?
Yeah.
Mais difícil para finalizar ele em comparação com os outros adversários.
Yeah, I think my fight against Shane will be very tough, you know. But that fight against Ryan Nelson was a very good experience for me, you know, because it was the first time I fought the whole 3 rounds. So I think that was an advantage for me because I'm feeling great right now, and I can fight the whole 3 rounds again if I need. But I don't think this fight will need to the whole 3 rounds. You know, I think this fight is gonna done before. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, something tells me this fight is not going 3 rounds either. This is going to be a barn burner. Junior Dos Santos has been my guest. He main events this Saturday night against Shane Carwin at UFC 131. Junior, thank you so much for joining me, and you're a great guy, and I'm really happy for you this Saturday night. I think it's going to be a great fight, and we look forward to talking to you again. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.